Kesa Gatame into a head and arm choke or kata gatame technique. This is one of my favorites, guys. This is bread and butter 101. This is the type of thing that we saw Dean Lister tap for like the first time in 16 years or something against a third degree black belt, an amazing grappler under a coach of mine, and who was Josh Barnett when he submitted Dean Lister. This technique is so tough. You know, if you're not doing this in your game, you're missing out, and make sure you do it. And if you're the person who gets caught in headlock control or Kesa Gatame, you got to watch out too, because if you're careless, you're going to get caught in this move. And once you're caught, you're done. So let's have a look at how to do it, and then also, if we're on the bottom, how to prevent it from happening to us. So Paul's lying down here, and I've got him in a headlock control position. Okay, so this kind of position is really deadly. You know, you guys have seen lots of my techniques from here before. It's a position myself and my students and my competition team use all the time. But more or less, one of the common escapes that I don't teach my students is to make a frame on the head, push away, and then get the legs over, and then they can pull you down, right? Now, that technique works. I don't teach it because it doesn't work. It's because if you do it at my academy and you push at someone's head like this, they're going to put their hand on your tricep and they're going to duck their head behind your tricep. Once they've done that, you're in for a world of pain. So you make sure if someone pushes at your head like that, you make them pay. So as he pushes at my head, I'm going to put my left hand right below the tip of his elbow. Maximum leverage, all right, guys? And I'm going to try to push it, but I don't rely on my pec being as strong as his rear delt or lat. So I'm more just going to hold it, and I'm going to duck my ear just behind it. Don't go all the way down towards his head here, because if he's really strong, you know, we want the leverage of his humerus. So I want to be just below that elbow. Now from here, guys, I'm going to grab my hands together. Right hand palm down, left hand palm up. All right? So I'm here like this. And now I'm going to push off my feet, get my butt off the floor, and I make sure his upper back comes off the floor. Now that I've got his upper back, things are going to get nasty here. It already is. Pull. I'm going to push my hands away, and now I'm going to row them around to make this choke as tight as I can. Just like I'm stirring and scraping the outside of a mixing bowl. But the whole point of this is I want to take my bicep over that's on the other side of his neck, and I want to push it through his whole neck, okay? So I'm here in Kesa Gatame, minding my own business, and here comes this guy pushing at my neck. I'm going to block, and I'm going to trap. Now that I've got him trapped, right hand palm down, left hand palm up. From here, I'm going to lift him up and go out, and now it's going to get nasty. I'm sorry, Paul. Around. Got it. Why does the choke work? Because my bicep cuts off this carotid artery, and his front deltoid of this shoulder is going to cut off this carotid artery. It also works because I'm bringing his head up, which literally will stop his trachea from operating at maximum efficiency because it's like kinked, like a hose that's kinked. I also have all of my 200 plus pounds through his chest, which is going to stop his lungs from inflating, like manually, literally kind of stop them inflating to the best of their ability. And to top it all off, I'm also going to have his head here so smothered up into my armpit that literally it's going to be almost like an asphyxiation choke as well. So I've got the air, I've got the blood, I've got the lungs, I've got your trachea, I've got your airways. Everything is being choked here. All I have to do is hold it and let your pain turn to blackness. So let's have a look here. I've got my Kesa Gatame, he pushes at my head. Be quick, down, palm to palm. Now, lift him up, out, around, and get ready to hold it for 30 seconds. Okay? But if you do your job right, you shouldn't need to. Okay? If you still struggle from here and you're running out, okay, you can start going belly down, run around, put your jaw, like your shoulder down into it. But guys, just get a good squeeze. For me, unless you're in a competition tournament, I would always stay in the headlock control position because it's the maximum pressure. And if you're not conditioned enough to hold a choke for 30 seconds, then practicing that choke should be exactly what you should be doing because you need to improve the stamina of your squeeze. Okay, guys, that's a nasty choke. You know, every time I choke a student with that, I always say, I'm so sorry, I know that sucks. Right? Because it sucks. It sucks for me, it sucks for you, it sucks for everybody. So enjoy using it. And if you are the guy on the bottom, be careful of pushing up at people's heads. You might have long flexible legs and stuff, like trust me, I know how it goes. but sooner or later, someone's gonna make you pay. And you know, all the times your legs have hurt their neck when you pull them down, they'll make you pay on your neck, I assure you. So, you know, I don't think that's a very good escape. And if I did that escape, I'm kind of betting that he's gonna try to head and arm choke me. So just be careful if you're the man escaping or the woman escaping. And if you're on top, man, woman, or child, you choke that neck. Have fun, guys. I'm Coach Tom. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. For more videos, click here. To subscribe to this channel to get all of our awesome videos, click here. And if you'd like to have our hour-long series for free on footlocks and how to defend footlocks and leg attacks of all kinds, please click here. I'm Coach Tom, guys. I'll see you next time.